Lounge out to this one. You know what I mean?
First to make his way to the stage, he was born in Providence, Rhode Island, in my time period, 1975. He has a reality show where he deconstructs the Jersey Shore. MTV's hit reality show, Jersey Shore. He is coming to the stage, Michael Cirelli. Put your hands together for Michael Cirelli!
Thank you. So I'm going to read some poems from some of my books. All right. I like to chide Justin. So this book called Vacations on the Black Star Line really deals a lot with race and sort of white privilege and how I intersect that all, and it does it through the lens of Mos Def and Talib Kweli's Black Star album. So I have poems for every song in the album. So I actually have a series of brown skinned lady poems, and I'll read some of those. Brown skin lady. You an extra black white boy, Nikki said, after I blurted bold as blackmail that Tyreek only goes for broke down white girls. And that made me feel so good, so extra, so black, while the white in me smiled like a sickle, like when Frank said, I don't know what you are, homie, but you ain't white, as I made an illegal U-turn right in front of the Oakland PD, and the boys from Richmond called me their N-word, and the kids at Manual gave me DAP, and I surrounded myself with all this darkness, packed my mouth full of shea butter and Ebonics until I felt black in sheep's clothing, which isn't black at all, but it comforted me to be so goddamn down, so schooled in hip-hop like hip-hop was a hall pass to blackness, and I even dated black girls and got my fingers caught up in their thick dark curls, or even better, I grabbed onto a handful of dreadlocks and learned that I wasn't nearly as black as I thought, because you just don't do that shit. I'm just gonna keep going with the brown skin lady theme. I never looked at you like you were brown-skinned, meaning you are not black, meaning your tongue can wrap around America like a scarf as you curse at the television. I'm in the kitchen trying to make lentils like yours, and it's so windy in Brooklyn that a tree branch taps my window like out of a horror movie where the black guy always gets killed first. The TV shows the dirt where you were born from smoking, and little halos of dust remember your first breath that doesn't look dangerous. Even washed in bullets, your mother doesn't look dangerous. And I picture you climbing some fruit tree and yanking the most dangerous fig from it for her. You are the blackest of the black, the most hated, most dangerous, even now as the branch outside my kitchen window is shaped like your name in Arabic and reminds me who I want to eat lentils with, who I want to change the pronunciation of God for, just so I can wrap a ring around your finger and call you mine. That's for Sarah. Oh, hat. I'll take it off. Brown skin lady. If you cut someone off from their culture, they will die. My lady can trace her long finger like a terracotta branch through history's rich cemeteries and arrive at the prophet. There is no separation of church and state when your homeland is called the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. Where I'm from, we pretend that God stays out of our taxes and that culture is the alchemy that turns blood white. I am multiple selves, but I am white. I contain multitudes, but am still white. American culture is distinguished by whether you're born of old money, new money, or no money. I can trace my lineage back to my first loan. My family tree grows from a safe. It seems the most dangerous nation in the world has it right. All the ammo we drop over there, and the Muslims are not dead as I polish off another eggplant parm. At the airport, they study my lady's passport and wonder where she has hidden the bomb. And I want to tell them, she doesn't hide the bomb, she is the bomb. Brown skin lady. Thanks. Black Star was playing at the Justice League in San Francisco, and like most hip-hop shows, the crowd was slathered in testosterone. So many goons dressed in so much camouflage, I felt like I was camping in Vermont. And these guys rolled trees into stiff branches and blew the smoke from their mouths up into their nostrils, which I could never do. And I was with my black girl. Actually, she was half black, half Jewish, a Jubian. And all eyes were on us, because she was so thick, it was like someone added cornstarch to her. And the song, Brown Skin Lady, didn't help, because that song always made me feel awkward, like I had stolen one of theirs, as all the black and Latino people fanned the air with their fists, so proud of having skinned the inspiration for cocoa butter, while my skin inspired tanning beds, inspired Scotch tape for all the brothers to look straight through me at the sellouts on my arm. It's a race book, you know, it goes there. I had to. But I snuck some race poems in my Jersey Shore book too. So this one's called, just gonna kind of keep it thematic and maybe I'll read 2 new poems. It's called Down with the King. I've asked to be down with you, eggplant. To be down with the slight curl of your skin when baked, like shiny black marble glazed with cocoa butter. To be down with all of you, plural you, like how Tony says your name like he does shrimps. Or you fried, you roasted, you miso glazed, you high on tahini and baba ganoush. When I weaken you, when I suck out your muscle in 108-year-old sauce, say my name, call me friend. It's because I love you parmed, hoagied, rollatinied, that I treat you this way, my sweet comic aubergine. I abhor the metaphor that exploits your name in Sicily. I'll go with ancient Indian, king of vegetables, Solana melangena, out of space. Sometimes long and curved like Ganesha's trunk, sometimes fat and round like Ganesha's belt, you deep, black, purple, silly named eggplant. When I bury an egg in the ground, no chicken sprouts, no eggplant. So how did you get that name? Of course, for the white variety, Easter white eggplant, missionary Caucasian eggplant, always the white that drives the stake of names for you poor, bruised eggplant. Call me the slurs then, I'm not offended, I'll be that eggplant lover, eggplant lover. This poem is called Tan Tax. Last year they put a tax on tanning, and Snooki was quite upset by that. So I imagined what the rebellion would be like in Jersey. So I'm not from Jersey, but I have a whole book about it, so there you go. Different part of Jersey. And I learned while researching to do this poem that the Pilgrims dressed up as Indians when they had the Boston Tea Party to sort of like make it like place the blame on the Native Americans, which was interesting. Some dressed up like Indians. Seagull feathers stuffed under headbands because Kenny said the Pilgrims used that trick. He remembered from 7th grade history. Most just like the idea of a party. Liked breaking bottles and throwing them into the harbor. Liked floating down the channel on looted tanning beds, pumping their fists in protest to the beat. To be stripped of their color. To whiten to ghosts. First they come for our tans, next our pecs, our abs of steel ground to flour. A bright idea, the Jersey Tea Party, without tea, except for Long Island's. They went for the bulbs, fluorescents, incandescents, neons, energy savers, unscrewed every single light in town and added them to the harbor. The water turned to glass. When night came, they had to learn to reinvent fire, that it wasn't just for cigarettes. In the morning, hungover, pale and pasty, they had to make do with shoe polish. They let their shoes dull to shine lights on their new black faces. I'll read a couple more. So I'm working on this book of poems about food. As you can tell, I like food a lot. And hopefully it'll be out next year at this time. I'm just going to read one. I'm going to end with this. I had like the Last Supper with my father, like before he died, like, and it was pretty clear that he was going to die, like within the next couple of days. So it was kind of odd to like share that experience, knowing like this is the last meal you're ever going to have with your father. And my father was a voracious eater. I mean, this guy could just eat and eat, loved to eat, just like me. And he was so passionate about food. So I just remember really clearly this dinner, and we had creme brulee to end the dinner. And if anybody knows creme brulee, it's this custard, and then you put sugar on it, and then you burn it, so it turns into this crust, and you crack the crust with your spoon, and it's a great dessert. So we finish with creme brulee and then top it with some fruit or something. So this is called Glass Eaters. The night before he died, we ate glass. No toast, no melodrama. We knew this was our last meal together on earth, so we did what we do best. We finished the marsala, wiped it up with focaccia, polished off the broccoli rabe, the cavatelli, arancini ball stuffed with fontina, and jumbo shrimp cocktail bent around the brim of a martini glass. It was fitting that we were eating, our bellies butting against the table, to remember him with cutlery, to remember the way his mouth moved with the efficiency of a swallow's wing. I bronze these images like baby shoes, bezel them with a steak knife. It came to the table topped with 3 raspberries, powdered sugar, 2 silver spoons. We tapped the glass with the silver, our faces upside down in its parabola, and unearthed a silky custard. We crunched the glass with our teeth. We let the custard wash it all down to make it easier to swallow. Thank you guys.
You know what it is? I'll tell you what it is. It's just, sometimes we all need a day off, that's all.